The NFL on EA Sports brings us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Today we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Burrow will throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got a man, it's Chase. He completes it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From midfield now, Burrow.
Let's go, boy.
Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. That one good for 26 and a first down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
Let's
and
go.
They'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
11, Thomas. 11.
On 3rd down,
Let's go,
Mixon.
boy. Let's go.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down
Let's go.
inside the 5 at the 4. Now Burrow.
Let's go.
Touchdown Bengals. Drew Sample from 4 yards out. And the Bengals are on the board first here this afternoon.
Let's go, boy.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Let's go.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Rodgers going to throw. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And that one's touched down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And that'll be off the mark.
What's up? What's up? Hit that sub and like, man.
Touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip
I'm gonna give you a sub, bro.
just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Okay, you a sub, man. How you feeling?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
Well, good
The
move.
side is complete on the diving effort, and he'll be out of bounds. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that way.
Come on, give yourself some. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Jets are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Now it's Burrow. Out to the left, he's got Sample there. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Mixing up the middle. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Gotta go.
Burrow on play action. Open man downfield is Chase. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. From the gun to give to Mixon. He's into space past the 25. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Again, it's Mixon, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Chase, the motion man right. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. What is that?
Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down.
12.
They'll give it to Mixon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And Burrow's saying, let's go, let's go. Mixon going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
Stay tough, dude.
It's gonna be a good day, boys.
Come on, boys, you got this. Get a touchdown! Push it through. I'm one, ready?
So they held him out on second down, and now here's 3rd and goal.
Break like you mean it.
And Burrow going to keep it himself, and he'll get in. He's over for a touchdown. Joe Burrow in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. Rodgers now to throw. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Cook up the gut. And
Let's
he
go,
edges
start.
forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 3. Play action. It's Burrow. Oh, it's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw's a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Cook makes the catch on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. If they get nothing else here on third down, it'd be a 53-yard attempt from this spot. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. And this is going to be intercepted.
Let's go.
Picked by Logan Wilson.
Let's go. You deserve it.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD. So they go on third down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth. Meanwhile, Rodgers throw into the hands here of Hardman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Open there, here is Conklin. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On first down, Rodgers completes it to Hardman. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And now a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He had 1 touchdown earlier, nearly a second one there.
Yeah, it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep him out of the end zone after a big play. Perhaps you go right back to him. Don't need the distance, but maybe he can pay things off after a big effort.
Rodgers with a keeper. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. On the sneak, Rodgers. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Rodgers with a keeper. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Zerline now for the PAT. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Boy, a potential game changer there here in the 4th quarter to kick that out of bounds. And now they get great field position at the 40 in a tie ball game.
Here we go.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Well, kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there.
And this is going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner puts it on, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's 2nd down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
That's a point for your boy.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Back to throw, Rodgers.
Let's go.
Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon.
Up,
as he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the lead again. I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Now Burrow. Open end.
Let's go.
Chase. He's got it.
Let's go.
For a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 39 yards. And the Bengals have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. McPherson on for the point after. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
That sub and run. I'll give you a sub, Hulk. Make sure you do the same, bro.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers.
Oh, why, bro? That hurt it. This is a good game.
They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line.
Oh, man, disappointment that he couldn't finish that off in the end zone. What an effort there, doing all he can to get to the pylon, and he's going to wind up out of bounds just short. But a huge play there, going to set him up with 1st and goal from very short range. I think the effort was there, but sometimes the defense is just a little bit better. No gain on the quarterback sneak, no place to go.
Here now, 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers. This is Lazard with a catch out left.
Good game. It is a good game. It's crazy.
So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Rodgers to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. It was an incredibly gutsy call, but they've taken the lead by a point late in the game. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
Right. That's how I'm thinking too, bro. That's how I'm thinking.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Burrow.
No! It's over. Good game, bro. Good game. I messed up for real. Good game. Yeah, I seen that, bro. I know you all are be.
Needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
Waste of time.
Right. I appreciate that, Hawk. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was a good game, man. Good game. It was a hell of a good game. I threw 2 inners, he threw 2. Good game.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.
Dang, I can't believe that. That was a good game. Man, that was so salty. I could have had that. Nah, not the Cowboys today.
The NFL on EA Sports brings us to North Carolina and Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Carolina Panthers. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from uptown Charlotte. Now Raheem Blackshear going to take this one out. And he'll give it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Ready.
Chart the motion man right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Looking to throw, Young.
Catch
Is
that.
incomplete.
That was the first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. This goes out wide for Mixon. He's across midfield.
Let's go, boy.
Gets to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards the gain there. And now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He gets this one aboard. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive. Burrow will throw. And that one incomplete.
complete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
First and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. Burrow going to keep it on the sneak. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
I'm one, right?
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon taking it in from a yard out. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerve.
Let's go.
It's into a crowd and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And he's going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. So on 4th down, on is Brad Robbins to punt for the Bengals. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Young throw there taken in by Smith. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they'll run with Sanders. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Watch out now.
It's Young off play action. And his throw is incomplete.
A partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down at 5. Burrow looking to pass. He completes it to Boyd. And Boyd going to pick up a Bengals 1st down as he'll get this up to the 39. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy 1st. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. In trouble, and he's taken down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. He'll drop to throw.
Let's go.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line. Now it's Mixon running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. third down, Mixon. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Big Derek Brown making the stop.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Madden.
See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He finds his man, complete. That's Boyd.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Here we go.
Mixing up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Inside handoff to Mixon.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. But found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Hit that sub and line. Whew.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
Let's go.
The goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 8. Throwing, Young.
Let's go.
But it's intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. A solid stiff arm. And the Bengals are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. This is the National Football League on E.
Got him up out of here.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. But today, 2 AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's go.
Here's Burrow to throw right away. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Didn't have the greatest field position to start, did they? And now, after this sack, it's way, way worse.
And right off the bat, first play of the game. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This time Burrow will look to throw. That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Let's go.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Now a man born here in California, Joe Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Burrow's throw complete there to Smith. 7 yards there and a first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And that thrown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either bills or you can tackle, as he did there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Back to Mixon on second down. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up first and goal.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Mixon is in. Touchdown, Bengals. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Open man, that's Renfro. That goes for a gain of 31. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Garoppolo now, first down throw.
Let's go.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. To throw, it's Garoppolo. He gets this to Devontae Adams. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Garoppolo going to change the look here. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Garoppolo going to go on fourth down. That is taken in by the tight end Mayer. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive? So they get the conversion on fourth, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there of protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Jacobs will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll audible to something else. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Hit that sub.
2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the...
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Hit that sub.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the
Well,
struggles
that'd
to
be
the
hurt.
year continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain of 32 that time. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Robert Spillane able to bring him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half.
Let's go.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now. Because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Oh, and you can't help but have flashbacks to the 4th quarter of Super Bowl 54. Emmanuel Sanders overthrown, and that was a similar tough throw there. Another one he'd love to have back, but another one he'd take a shot at, too.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And here's Taylor on the return. 55-yard punt, 11 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
Let's go.
We've hit it hard, haven't we?
Let's
Because
go.
the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Here's a give to Mixon.
Let's go.
And now off to the races down the right side.
Let's go.
He's to the 15 and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't
Man, I messed up.
This time
I had no business hitting
a nice drive and helped themselves out.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Same target. It's Jacobs again. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. And quickly, they get to the line. To throw is Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its...
There he goes, right side. Room past the 35. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he's going to be close to a 1st down as he gets this to the Raiders' 21. And now they're in the hurry-up. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Again, it's Mixon. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. 92 yards rushing for him now. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Bengals have extended their lead to 15 now here in the fourth. Burrow and the Bengals offense staying put. They'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. Looking deep for Adams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 13 now, they
proud of you, boy. You didn't quit.
A handoff to Mixon, and he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. On second down, a run with Evans. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 14 yards. And the Bengals have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly,
all right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
In a few months' time, snow will blanket the Great Peaks just to our west, but for now, summer still in full swing at Empower Field at Mile High. Straight ahead, we got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin here in Denver, joined by Charles Davis. And CD, the Broncos are looking for a turnaround here in 2023. Coming off a 5-win season and a last-place finish in the AFC West. But this doesn't feel like a last-place team.
Nor to me, because when you look at them on offense, loaded with skill position players at wide receiver and running back, and then flip it over to the defensive side of the ball, and they can compete with anyone. They make it tough to run your offense.
Meanwhile, for the Browns, they come off a 7-10 season a year ago. Not great, but not a total loss either. And you think there are building blocks in place?
They are there. Look at what they did last year. Their pass defense was number 5 in the league. Their rushing attack, 6th best in the league. They have players. They have a system. They just need to put it all together.
And off we go from Denver. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his second season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
Just 6 games played for Watson in his debut season with the Browns, which really limited how much he could step into the franchise quarterback role for the team. But he gets a full slate to do so this season. Remember, his last year in Houston, over 4,800 yards. They expect excellence from him.
A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to the huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. Third down here. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Randy Gregory in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to fourth down. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept them short of a first down on first and second down. And then on third down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
That's returnable now for Smith. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his second season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 at their own 43.
Come on, boys.
To throw is Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 3. From midfield now, here's Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On fourth down, it's Riley Dixon on now to kick it away for Denver. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3-and-out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3-and-out.
That opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3-and-out. I went 3-and-out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Holding offense.
That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio.
Still first down. You got boys. Get it done. That's what I'm talking about.
Chubb on the counter. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Thanks to Frank Clark, that play was doomed from the start. What a job defensively.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing is Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season is Javonte Williams. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Wilson now off the bootleg. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Williams is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. Cleveland offense making their way out. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Watson now to throw. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Watson hooking up with Cooper there for the Cleveland first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 50, it's Watson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
3rd and 2. Watson. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Here's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Now Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Browns are an extra point away from drawing level. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They go play action now. Wilson. Outright complete to Dulcich. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Wilson. He'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now it's Wilson. There's a nice move. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. A nice pickup there, 10 yards.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Coach,
we thought
thanks.
this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They start the second half here with Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Williams going to get the gain on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Same connection, Dulcich once again. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead give up the middle to Williams. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It was Myles Garrett that time who got in there and brought him down. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to have a Browns 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Chubb producing on that run, and he produces year after year for the Browns. 3rd in the league with over 1,500 yards in 2022. He quietly is in the top 20 all-time in both yards and touchdowns in a player's first 5 seasons.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory. Down at the 31. Back to throw, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Watson. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Browns have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Throwing is Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now a 1st down carry, it's Williams. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Wilson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
It's Williams on the catch. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Now Chubb running right, and he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down 14-7. 1:04 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Now Wilson. Got an open man here. It's K.J. Hamler.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing now is Wilson. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. 9 seconds, no timeouts left. Wilson to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One last shot for Wilson. This to possibly force OT. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, everyone, as we say so long from Denver.